What's up guys, it's Bridget, welcome back. So today's video is a long-awaited review of the Colourpop and Disney palette. This is the Disney designer palette, and it's a pretty gold box and a pretty princess designer inspired palette. So this is a $20 palette from Colourpop.com. It also comes with the entire Disney collection if you wanted that, but today we're reviewing just the palette because this is like the meat of the collection, if you want to call it that. Does that make sense to you guys? Like when you have a meal and like the centerpiece is like the meat or whatever, your entree, this is your entree of the Disney designer collection. And without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, as always, all makeup on this channel is cruelty free, and so is Colourpop. Special shout out goes to Mary, Beth, and Kristen. Thank you guys so much for the coffee. I really appreciate it. And now let's get into the video. Alright guys, so today we're going to show you two different skin tone swatches and a review of this palette, as well as how I did this cute little pink look, which I've been wearing for about an hour now, so this is like a little bit of a wear test too. So I think it's pretty cool that Colourpop is collaborating with Disney other than like a different and more expensive brand, because I feel like since it's Colourpop, a lot more people that love Disney can afford to pick up the collection or the palette. I believe the giant PR whole collection box is sold out, but you can get the palette right now. It's still available for $20. So this is the palette. You get 15 colors for $20, so I think that's pretty fair. Actually, let's point out who I think has the prettiest outfit. I just love the look of Ariel's like pose, but I think I love Snow White's outfit. Also, Jasmine looks so pretty with like the big earrings and the pretty colorful outfit. I think that matches her personality a lot. And then we go inside and you have like Disney princess signatures up top, and then we have the palette itself. Now, I just want to say one thing about this palette and a lipstick, and they snubbed my favorite princess, Aurora. Please let me know in the comment section who your favorite princess is. Mine is always and always will be Sleeping Beauty, aka Aurora. And she was snubbed. She didn't get her own lipstick and she didn't get her own picture on the box, which is completely messed up because she barely got any time in her own movie. So like, your girl needs some more attention. But here we go. I really like the palette. I think it's very beautiful, but I'm not sure how it's going to perform on a deeper complexion. Now, the reason I'm only doing one tutorial for this palette review today is because everyone else has already reviewed this, and Colourpop sponsored so many videos last week about this. I kept clicking on like princess inspired makeup tutorials. I was like, oh, this will be cute, and they're all sponsored by Colourpop. So I feel like this is a very overdone palette already, but I guess they wanted to build the hype of them finally collaborating with Disney, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I did this look now, and then we'll get to the light and deep skin tone swatches and see how this palette actually performs. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna take the shade Grumpy, which is a light matte base, and go over the crease to set my concealer. I now want to go into the shade Juju just to see if it'll show up over Grumpy, and we're gonna build that crease area up a little bit with this pretty pink. I'm not using the best brush for this, but I'm going to dip in pretty heavy-handed. Oh, and it definitely does show up more pink than that one did. Alright, so now I want to cut the crease already. We're going to put a lot more colors in the eye though, don't worry. And I'm going to use the Colourpop concealer for that. Okay, so I want to try out some of the shimmers now. I'm going to take the color Prince Charming because I can't really tell in the pan if it's a duochrome or not. Like, it's kind of weird because on camera it just looks like a white, but in person it looks like a silver goldish. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try with this one in the first quarter of the lid. You know, in person it kind of just looks like a duller white shimmer. Like, it doesn't look duochrome on the eyes. We'll see when we do the swatches. Let's move on now. I want to take the color of Fairy Godmother, the pretty pinky color right here, and I'm gonna put that in the center of the lid. This one's really pigmented for a shimmer. That's color. This brush is dry, by the way. I cleaned it off after I did concealer. It looks really good. The last shade I want to take is Poison Apple, which is a very purpley purple. This one's not as shimmery or bright and pretty as the pink one was, but you can definitely tell it's there. Now, what I wanted to do when I was putting this purple on the outer corner was go into here and deepen it up, like bring the purple around, but there's no other purple in this palette. Like, the whole top row is very similar, so I can't take if I put one of these on the outer corner, there's nothing for like, me deepen it up with. Like, I could take this brown, but it's very warm, and Like this one, this one, this one, even this one is like kind of a more cool shimmer. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sigma E45 brush, and I'll take the color of Triton, which is this middle one right here, and I'm going to help carve the crease a little bit. I'm not going to take the deepest one, Abu, because like even the beginning part of my eyelid is still a very light color scheme. Yeah, there's nothing for me to really deepen up any of the cool tone colors on the bottom with. You know, the more I look at it, I'm like, ooh, I could really get a lot of use out of this palette. And then, like, the whole top row is the only mattes in here, and they're very light. Like, I need to dip into another palette to really make the darker color scheme of the bottom row work. So, like, I wish there were more mattes. I wish there were some darker mattes. And I'm not even someone who likes dark eyeshadow. So if you do like dark eyeshadow, this is practically impossible. And I need to see the dark skin tone swatches for I even see if, like, these first three will even work properly on our own without a deepening up shade on a darker complexion. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to take Triton again and Grumpy mixed together for the lower lash line though. Alright, so I'm going to finish my face now and then we'll get back to the rest of the review and the swatches of this palette. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I really like the eyeshadow. I think it's very pretty. I've been wearing it for about an hour now, so we have like a little baby bit of a wear test. I think the shimmers still look very pretty, and the mattes were absolutely so easy to blend. And I'm very happy with the quality of this palette so far. So let's do some swatches and get my final thoughts. Alright guys, here are these swatches on two different skin tones. As you can see, as I thought, the light ones are like not the most flattering to the darker skin tone, and even the first one didn't really show up on mine. I think a lot of the shimmers look absolutely stunning, but one weird thing I noticed with the swatches is that the third color in the palette, I thought the whole top row was mattes. Even when I used this on my eye, I thought it was a matte, but it appears to be a very weird shimmer because it honestly looked like a matte. It performed like a matte, but when you swatch it out, you can see the shimmer coming through. And the last two darker shades are kind of dry, but they performed fine. Overall, I think the swatches are actually really satisfying to look at, and they're very pretty. Alright guys, what did you think of these swatches? The light mattes didn't look fantastic on a deeper complexion, but I definitely think if you are okay with putting like a shimmer in your crease, you can still use this palette because there are some darker shades on the bottom, but they are shimmers, not mattes, so that's a little bit like a But overall, the quality of the palette is good, but here are my final thoughts on it. One, if you are of a deeper complexion, you might want to consider dipping into another palette, and then instead of thinking this is going to be a standalone palette for you, I don't know how it's going to work. Even with this darkest matte shade, it's such a shimmery black, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And if you want to use this one to deepen it up with too, it has like gold reflex of glitter in it. So I'm not really sure about that. Also, I'm sorry when I show you this palette, it like reflects on everything. I get really irritated when palettes are like that. But apparently palettes that have metallic stuff around the shadows sell more for whatever reason. So I like the quality of the palette. I think the quality of the palette's good. The mattes were so easy to build up and blend out. Even though they're very light colored, they're very pigmented, and I had barely any kickback with the shimmers going in with the brush. Had a little bit of kickback, but that's expected from a shimmer. I think the mattes performed so good and they blended out so easily and they look really pretty. Even when I went in with a more muted color like Grumpy, I put the pink over that and it still blended out very pink and pretty. So the quality of the palette is absolutely fantastic. My only thing is, like, it's not completely versatile. There's barely any mattes. Like, you get 2 rows of shimmers and 1 row of mattes, and they're all very similar colors. I don't like that. Also, for a Disney palette, like, I know princesses are light and they're beautiful and they're pretty. I would like to see something a little bit more fun. Like, I don't need every single one of these to be very similar. And even some of these, like, are interesting. Like, this one's not even like a real gold. It's not even like a real champagne. Like, it's eh. This comes off in the pan like it's gonna be something more exciting than it actually is. It's like a dull white on the eyes. I don't think we need this color right here because it's a very weird muted purple when you have a bright purple and you have a brown. So this is a very strange shade. Maybe we could add like a beautiful, if you want to add shimmers and you're scared of mattes Colourpop, let's add like a bright Cinderella blue. That'd be fun. Or a bright Princess and the Frog green. Or even like a beautiful pinky purple for Jasmine other than Poison Apple, which I swear I thought the Poison Apple wasn't purple. Like, the shade Poison Apple is purple. Like, am I crazy? Do I need to go watch the movie again? Because I could have sworn it wasn't purple. So, I thought it was a bright green apple. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I think the color choices could have been more fun. But overall, I think I'll probably get a lot of use out of this palette for simple looks because it's a pretty simple palette and it's kind of hard to mess up with this color scheme. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. I don't think $20 is a bad price for this palette because you get 15 shades. And I really like Colourpop quality. So anyways, thank you guys. I will see you later. Bye.